What's up, y'all? And welcome back to the Warsheep podcast, where we pull no punches and we shed light on the things that nobody is brave enough to touch. Well, you know that this particular topic is something that honestly is going to be a funny one, y'all. Druski, definitely a comedian, definitely a guy who has a sense of talent in being a comedian. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to shed some light on the controversy. Let's go ahead and dive right into it, y'all. You know, here at the Warsheep Podcast, light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience. And that patience creates unity. So let's get unified in the spirit, y'all.
Is the sheep preaching hate? He says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore. If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
Under fire for cosplaying a racist NASCAR fan. The popular Atlanta comedian painted his entire body white and completed the look with the mullet, American flag cowboy hat, a pair of overalls, and American flag tattoos. And while some praised his commitment to the bit, it left many people feeling conflicted due to his portrayal of racism against a couple of black men. So have you seen it? What do you think? Be sure to let us know.
So let's talk about the comedian Druski, where he did a skit recently and put on what white people are calling now whiteface, right? And which instantly went viral. I mean, everybody is just all over this particular skit that he's done. But here's the thing, y'all. Some folks are believing that this is absolute comedy genius and it's hilarious. You understand what I'm saying? Where others aren't so, I will say, receptive to the comedy, right? They're saying that it is hypocritical because if they were to do the same thing, that the black community will be outraged, the melanated community will be outraged if a white person wore blackface. And honestly, tell you the truth, right? If the roles were reversed, would it really truly matter? Would it fly in the face of what we're currently witnessing right now? Would it be a totally different response? And I think historically it has proven that it has been. But let's take a look at what exactly are they talking about. Let's take a look at what Druski was up to, y'all. For this to have made Fox News is very interesting, but honestly, they're competing with the YouTubers. Fox News and the rest of the other media outlets, you know, the mainstream media, they compete with YouTubers, with people who are bringing the actual truth, tangible facts, and evidence. As we know that the mainstream media is heavily controlled and manipulated by our political system. So, that's the one thing that is interesting to me, is that they're covering this particular story, I think, just for eyeballs. Let's continue.
And download Fox Local.
If liquor don't kill us, pussy must. Here's the love, here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her.
Hey. Yo, Druski's gotta chill.
Born in the USA. Born in the
Look at this heavy tan. The heavy tan is what's crazy. The heavy tan is crazy, y'all. The heavy tan is crazy. I'm just saying, like, the heavy tan is absolute madness. Now, my thing is this, right? He got the heavy tan. He's drinking a monster. He's got the starter kit. But this is what Druski does. These are the type of skits he do. He do it for all communities. Listen, he just got done doing it for the Asian community. So I'm just kind of trying to understand why the European or the Caucasian people are upset. What y'all mad for? He didn't play a Caucasian. Oh, man, listen, he didn't did a Caucasian black version of a white, a white person who grew up in the black community. He didn't did that. But now that he's doing this and making fun of NASCAR and tying it into NASCAR, all of a sudden now people are up in arms. People are upset about him and what he's doing and saying it's unfair because of the simple fact that he's doing whiteface, what they coined as whiteface. Let's continue. Let's finish. Let's go.
Hey, me, Mom. How you doing, baby? How you doing, baby?
The accuracy is crazy.
Hey, you lost, boy? No, going for race. What race? NASCAR race. You going to NASCAR?
Going to NASCAR.
You ain't lost, is you? No, sure about that? Yes, sir. Find something safe to do, boy.
All right, something safe to do, boy.
Good morning. It's Thursday. Oh, my camera just got really bright for some reason. Whatever. Just something that I watched last night that I thought was absolutely hilarious. And I'm super sweaty because today was cardio day. And I hate cardio. But I did it. A little bicycle thing at I almost got 5.5 miles this morning. Oh man, I'm already sweating. But anyway, so people were upset about the little skit that Druski did, and I think Druski is hilarious. The first time he did the white boy in the hood, that was good. It was pretty good makeup. But this time, at the NASCAR race, with the appropriate tattoos, the mullet, the makeup was perfect. Like he had the tank top sunburn look going on with his overalls. That was like peak. Like it was like perfect. And I don't understand why people are getting mad. It's not white people. White people are not getting mad. Especially if you're in the Southern culture, because he embodied the NASCAR persona perfectly. Like you see those people at
It's too good.
races, and it's great, man. We love it. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. If you're mad about
It was too good.
You really need to go outside and touch grass. You really do. The fact that people were mad about Theo Vaughn saying, hey, maybe I need to get my Jerry curl going so him and Druski can do a skit together, white and black. That would also be hilarious. It would be comedy gold to do that skit somewhere like Atlanta or Houston or somewhere like that. Would be great. And if anybody can tell Theo Vaughn, yeah, let's get that going, because comedy needs to stop being soft and make a comeback. It really does.
All right, I seen the Druski White Boy skit, and I noticed that he looks familiar. Can't quite put my finger on it. I've seen that guy before.
Yeah.
I got the tits and everything. Look, Druski, on October
That's
4th, I'm
crazy.
going to be driving a demolition derby car in Bristol. I'd be honored if you'd come watch.
Now that's funny. You know, my thing is that I don't know if you pulled in for inspiration from the guy or not, but like it's a striking resemblance. Let me show you guys again. Striking resemblance as to Druski and this guy here. Like, I don't know if he pulled, you know, inspiration from this guy or what, man. But come on, they're basically cousins. They're basically brothers. You know what I mean? In this thing. But yeah, either way, my thing is this, y'all. I don't think that we're gonna ever have a situation where people are gonna be satisfied. I don't think this is gonna be a thing at all. In fact, you know, you guys have your crown hero in regards to you know, somebody who can speak on behalf, right? But I've said before that, you know, white people in this country are probably one of the more heavily censored communities of people, with obvious reasons, right? I'm a melanated brother. You get what I'm saying? I'm melanated through and through. You understand? I got locks. Listen, all of that. You get what I'm saying? But they're pretty heavily censored. because they can't, there's a lot of things that they can't do and say. So I understand the reason why they're frustrated, because I'm sure that they want to do and say a lot of these things, but it's just not something that they're able to do, right? They don't have the I guess the pass or the acceptance to do it. Don't get me wrong, they can definitely do it, right? You got guys like Nick Fuentes out here who literally talks a lot of trash about the black community and how we need to develop and grow more, and how we need to fix the problems with our own community. He does a lot of different things, even calls himself a real nigga, all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, now, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is probably one of the most obnoxious European colonizers that you would meet. You understand what I'm saying? Extremely obnoxious, extremely boisterous, and this is what he's inspiring. He's inspiring this level of pettiness going on within the European or white culture, or a colonizer community, right? Where they're having issues with understanding comedy. Understand that this is just comedy. It's for comedic relief. Yes, it would be disrespectful if you were to be a white person in blackface. You get what I'm saying? Because historically, it was proven, right? Historically, a white person has done blackface, but we were obviously the history behind it, and the level of racism and a level of castration and all these different things that was oppression. And it's more hatred that's behind that. You get what I'm saying? There's more of a thing as to where that's why it's more offensive. Is based on the history. Our people did not enslave your people. Did not destroy your people's communities time after time after time, over and over and over again. Our people wasn't the ones who were subject to the level of wickedness and atrocities that were committed on a certain peoples. Now, I'm not talking about these things for white people to feel ashamed or embarrassed or really want to have to apologize to the so-called black community or the melanated community. No, I'm saying it because so you have a level of understanding that there's a huge difference between a black man who's playing a white person and a white person who's playing a black person. Nick Fuentes is somebody who's a personification of the reason why being heavily censored in white in America is now going to be a thing of the past. You get what I'm saying? Nick Fuentes is working tirelessly to make to influence other European or white people to take, I guess, back their voice in some kind of way or capacity, but like take back their voice in a very disrespectful way, meaning you're going to say things and do things that will disrespect the culture of people that your ancestors historically have oppressed and still are oppressing to this day. A lot of individuals in office and a lot of people throughout the world, in the different diasporas of the world, are oppressing melanated black people. You get what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. That's the reason why they feel so bold to be so upset about Druski's skit, right? Where he's playing a white person in whiteface, right? In a NASCAR setting, in a deep South setting, and he is doing it 110% with accuracy and precision. This might even influence and encourage other melanated people to start to look into NASCAR and wanting to do more NASCAR and thinking that NASCAR is cool to get into, right? And so their bubble of an industry of NASCAR may collapse. It might crack the dome of NASCAR. We might have even more NASCAR drivers who are melanated, who's going to take over that world, right? And which it's going to transform from what it was when when the NFL was basically an all-white type of situation to now NASCAR is going to be heavily diverse in culture, right? Where you have Hispanics and blacks and whites who are all now enjoying NASCAR. I like a few fast cars. I don't know about y'all, but I like my cars and I do like them fast. I might have to start getting into my NASCAR bag. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to start getting into my NASCAR bag. You get what I'm saying? And so who knows? We're gonna have to get with it. We're gonna have to get with it because they don't know. They don't know who we are and where we're coming from. You already know. So I mean, these things are what they are, I guess, um, concerned about, right? They're concerned about it. And Nick Fuentes, like I said, he's their poster child. He is their poster child. He is the one for them. You get what I'm saying? He is the one. And he's the one who's really rewriting this whole narrative of being censored and European in this country. You get what I'm saying? And showing respect. Man, Nick Fuentes is trying to take this to a whole different level.
Another level. You know what I mean?
And so we got to understand what the truth is in regards to it. All right, let's take a listen as to what Nick Fuentes had to say in regards to what I'm discussing with you guys right now. Let's take a listen.
There has to be one righteous person in this country. And I'm not even saying it's me. I don't even think I'm a very good person necessarily. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm not doing it for the reasons everybody else is doing this stuff. Because I've met them all and I know them all. And they're all full of shit. There's got to be one real nigga. Can the real nigga please stand up? There has to be one real nigga left in America, in this damn country. Are there any real niggas left that aren't doing advertisements for gold and fucking pills? Are there any real niggas left that actually got censored and banned on YouTube? Where's the real niggas? And I'll die just to inspire another generation of them.
Now that's interesting, right? Ain't that interesting? Like I said, this guy honestly is where do you start when you go on rants like this in regards to being a real nigga as a European, as a individual who listen? And not only that, he's constantly speaking on the black community as far as what they need to improve in. I'm going to be honest with you. Listening to some of his monologues as far as what the black community or melanated community is suffering from here in this country, a lot of this stuff, a lot of his points, they are not incorrect. We do got to do better as a people, as a culture of people, right? As a diaspora, as a culture of people, we need to do better. We need to be better. You understand what I'm saying? He's not lying about that, y'all. Now, historically, yes, a lot of his viewpoints historically can definitely be proven as misinformation or disinformation. Yes, absolutely. His delivery, extremely offensive, right? But I'm not taking it so personal. Even when he's saying this, I'm not taking it so personal as to where I'm like, oh, this, that, and the third. The guy's already canceled on all platforms for the most part, right? I believe the guy only is on Rumble at the moment or something like that, or on his website. And my thing is that he's a younger guy who's misunderstood, who's misled and misguided. He doesn't understand or know that we have multiple different types of people in our community, just as they do in his. You understand what I'm saying? There's people in his community, of course, when it comes to Europeans or European individuals, right? Some people you can't necessarily trust them. They will definitely rob you on a greater level. You understand what I'm saying? Business wise, and they'll do it through paperwork, through courts. You understand what I mean? They just do it in a legal sense, right? Right? They just do it in a legal sense, whereas to where maybe a melanated individual will do it in a physical sense, a criminal sense, right? They'll just do it in a blue collar way. You understand what I'm saying? So we all have people in our communities that are not the most pleasant people to deal with. You get what I mean? But still, your community, European, listen, they will rob you in ways that are in courts, that are in paperwork, that are through paperwork. Same thing with the Jewish people as well, right? So we can't make fun or poke fun or try to judge somebody else's community based on something without taking a look at our own community and saying, you know what, we have people in these ways where this, that, and the third. But I can also still say that a melanated person will still trust a European person doing business with them before they'll trust a melanated person. They'll trust a European before they trust a melanated individual any day. And I believe there's an obvious reason why, the way that we've been trained as a people, right? But my thing is this, right? Is that, is it right? No, it's not. None of it is. There's no way. Only way that we can redo is rewire our brains, rewire our minds, and to change and shift the way that we approach each other. You get what I'm saying? The way that we carry ourselves. You get what I mean? This is the reason why I wear my locks, as well as I've made an oath in regards to my locks to the Father, but also to change the perception on what you think about melanated men and having locks. You get what I'm saying? Melanated people in general and having natural hair. This is the reason why I do it. So we got to have a real genuine understanding that this is what the truth really is, y'all. That this is what the reality we face. We're facing a reality that speaks like this, that behaves like this. And honestly, that's going to start morphing, changing, and shifting to where European in this country, in America, are going to start to want to take back their voice. They're going to start taking back their voice. They want to start wanting to be uncensored in the ways that they speak, just as Nick Fuentes here is, right? He's encouraging and influencing that next generation to speak freely and openly, even though it may offend or be disrespectful to the Black community, the melanated community, who were underneath this slave trade that took place, right? Their ancestors were literally oppressed and, of course, battered during those times, and it was just the worst times in this country's history, right? But it also was the most profitable times for European people, for white people. They've never been a true people who could, so it's always been one of those types of situations, right? And so we'll be facing those times. We're going to be facing those situations where they're going to want to take back their voice. They're going to want to be uncensored. They're going to want to do all of these different things that Druski is doing when it comes to the white face and putting on that show and being a comedian in that way. As where, they would want to also do the same and not be looked down upon because they have a desire to do those things. You get what I'm saying? So we got to understand what we're approaching. This is what he means by where all the real niggas at, right? He's speaking about his own community. He's speaking about his own race, his own community, right? And my thing is that the truth is the truth, the facts are the facts. Now, this could pose a real problem for people who aren't ready for this type of world, right? They're not ready for a European culture or the white people to start to behave like a Nick Fuentes and speak like a Nick Fuentes. You get what I'm saying? For that to be multiplied in their culture, there's a lot of people who just aren't prepared and ready for that. You get what I'm saying? It could cause more offense to others than it should, right? And it could be a real problem for a lot of people. But I can tell you this much: melanated people will still trust a white or European person in business any day, even though that they may be more likely to screw you over in a deal on paper than a melanated person is, typically, just for the simple fact that they mostly are in the business world. Okay. And so that's just what the truth really is. But honestly, it's always a catch-20 no matter where you go, and you can't just paint a broad brush. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that what Druski did was funny? Do you think that it was hilarious? Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts on this Nick Fuentes guy as well, using the N-word, using the word nigga. Is there any real niggas? Tell me what you think about his influence, and will it be something that will be widespread? Will it only progress and make the white culture or Europeans feel more bold or feel like that they want to fight for to be desensitized, right? So they can be able to uncensor themselves in this country and in other locations too, who are familiar with it, right? You guys tell me, right? You guys tell me, let me know what your thoughts is, okay, in the comment section below. All right. And as always, of course, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. Holla back at your boy, right? And share. Don't forget to share this video, y'all. Don't forget to share it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Peace and shalom, shalom.